Welcome to the New Zealand Rugby channel. I always keep you updated with the latest news, exciting matches, and in-depth analyses. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can follow the Warriors on their journey to conquer the world of rugby. My thoughts after the 2027 Rugby World Cup draw in Australia. After the draw for the 2027 Rugby World Cup in Australia was finalised, I felt a mix of excitement and some hesitation about the changes World Rugby has implemented. From the expanded number of teams, the pool structure, to how the draw itself was organised, everything prompted me to think about the tournament's future and how these decisions might impact both the top teams and the smaller fish. The first thing that caught my attention was the decision to expand the tournament to 24 teams, with 6 pools and an additional round of 16. In theory, this is a progressive step, giving smaller nations a chance to experience knockout rugby for the first time. It's an appealing idea because it diversifies the experience, brings less established rugby nations into the spotlight, and could create unexpected, emotional storylines. However, what made me a bit skeptical is that this format could lead to less thrilling pool stages. As the article points out, when the top seeds progress easily through the pools, fans might feel less tension or surprise, since the outcomes could seem predictable. So, even though opportunities are expanded, the competitive edge in the early stages might be diluted, and some matches might feel dull, even if they remain officially fair. Another aspect that left me both excited and concerned is the possibility of the two rugby giants, the Springboks and the All Blacks, meeting as early as the quarterfinals. On one hand, this is thrilling, because a clash between these two teams would surely be a top-tier, high-quality, and dramatic encounter. On the other hand, if it happens too early, fans miss out on seeing the most anticipated showdown in the semi-finals or final, something coaches and the governing body would have to weigh carefully. This is a perfect example of the too much of a good thing dilemma. Pool arrangements, while technically justified, could reduce the overall value of the tournament. The third point that caught my interest is Ireland's opportunity. As a neutral fan who has followed multiple World Cups, I can't help but notice the team's progress and consistency in recent years. Looking at the draw, Ireland seems to have a relatively smooth path to the semi-finals, at least if they maintain their current form. This left me both excited and surprised, because Ireland has long been highly rated but often faltered at key moments. A favourable draw might help them seize the moment, but it also raises questions about fairness and the true challenge. Does reaching the semi-finals from a relatively easy pool reflect the team's quality, or is it more about luck in the draw? It's a feeling of joy mixed with skepticism that I couldn't ignore. Similarly, England having a clear route to the semi-finals makes me both pleased and concerned. With a young, promising squad, England could seize this chance to assert themselves on the world stage. Yet, I also wonder, if a strong but inexperienced team faces easier opponents before confronting the giants, is that really a test of ability, or just a lucky path? My emotions here are mixed. I want to see England shine, but I worry the victories might feel less meaningful without a genuine challenge. What I find particularly fascinating is the role of the smaller nations. Expanding the tournament not only creates opportunities, but also presents these teams with a tricky challenge: how to make an impression while avoiding early elimination. With the round of 16, the best third-place teams still have a chance to advance. I see this as a morale boost for emerging rugby nations. Imagining teams like Japan, the USA, Samoa, or Georgia scoring points, winning matches, and reaching the knockouts genuinely excites me and builds anticipation. These moments create a David versus Goliath storyline, making the tournament livelier and more emotionally charged. I can picture fans, even if not supporting the smaller team, holding their breath with every play, yet, I do have some reservations about the expansion. The article highlights that in some pools, the top 2 teams are almost certainly predetermined, meaning matches involving third-place teams versus strong sides may leave little room for real surprises. This seems like an interesting contradiction. Expansion aims to create opportunities, yet the current structure might limit early-stage upsets. I think this is something the governing body needs to consider carefully: how to expand opportunities while keeping pool stages exciting and giving smaller teams a genuine chance to cause shocks. Finally, I reflected on the complexity and long-term impact of the draw. Previously, an early draw sometimes led to unintended inequities. This time, even with a later draw, the result could still see the big 2 meet early, or allow top teams to avoid each other until the final. It made me realize that rugby, like many sports, isn't just about skill and strategy, it's heavily influenced by tournament structures and administrative decisions. I found this both intriguing and slightly disappointing, as it reminded me that off-field politics and strategy also shape outcomes, not just raw talent. In summary, my emotions after reading the article are a blend of excitement, curiosity, mild skepticism, and hope. I'm excited by new opportunities, thrilling matches, and chances for smaller teams. I'm curious to see how seeded teams will take advantage, and skeptical about the potential lack of drama in the pool stage. I hope Ireland, England, and emerging nations create memorable stories. The article paints a vivid picture of the 2027 tournament, strategic yet emotional, where even small structural changes can have significant impacts on both the sport itself and fan engagement. Thanks for watching. See you in the next videos on the New Zealand Rugby channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on my latest videos. Wishing you all a great day, every day.